Welcome to It's the Oakland and Me podcast, where we bring you stories, voices, and vibrant culture of our city, Oakland, California. I'm Angela Claiborne, and I'm here with my co-host and sister, Renata Butler. Together, we dive into the people, places, and passion that make Oakland unique, tackle real issues, and celebrate everything that makes our hometown truly special. So turn up the volume and join us because this is It's the Oakland and Me. Now, today I have my co host, who is Renata Butler, who is my real sister. We want to let you know what we're really about on this podcast and just to open the door to what it is we're trying to do, how we're trying to let people see a part of Oakland that you usually don't get to see, and coming from people who are actually connected to Oakland. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your connection to Oakland?
Well, first, my connection to Oakland is I'm from Oakland. Like most people, I wasn't born in Oakland. I was born in Berkeley, but grew up pretty much most of my childhood in Oakland, different parts of Oakland, East Oakland, North Oakland.
Oh, yeah.
Uh, Went to a couple schools in Oakland, went to Tech for 2 years. I currently live outside of Atlanta, Georgia. I've lived here and back there and then back here. So I've kind of been back and forth, but I consider Oakland my home. Would love to move back soon, hopefully. So yeah, that's pretty much my connection to Oakland.
How has Oakland shaped you as a person?
For me, I think being from Oakland and people who are from Oakland, the outsider meets someone from Oakland, we have a different type of tenacity and carry ourselves a different way. The women are very tough. We're not intentionally trying to be harsh. We just get it done. We still feminine, but we are definitely about business, about handling that. And if you don't want to do it, we always do it ourselves. And I don't think I realized it until I've lived other places, how that growing up in Oakland and just that life, the good and the bad, has shaped me as far as like how I tackle everything else.
Right. And then switching from that, what excites you most about co hosting It's the Oakland Me podcast with your big
With my
sister?
beautiful big sister. I think it's just getting out of my comfort zone and tapping into where I'm from. When you get a certain age, you start thinking of like, how did I get here and what can I do to get better and how can I pass on to other people my knowledge and the information I have. So it's just all kind of like doing something different and seeing who I can help if I can help or learning something from someone. Like I want to learn more, keep open mind about different things and different people because Oakland is very diverse. You can find all kind of stuff in Oakland. So I love that. So it's just kind of like you don't really have boundaries. So that's one thing moving forward.
What do you think is important to focus on in the Oakland community and how this podcast can play a part?
Well, I think a lot of things that could be done in Oakland is from a standpoint of not giving up on people, write people off, or coming into the neighborhood and changing it or taking away certain uniqueness to it. I think there's so many good people from Oakland that even if they don't live there anymore, they still have connections and they still try to do business there. They try to put on people from there. They try to see connection. They want to go home to see something that's better and that is growing and something to be proud of. I mean, we're proud anyway, but to really be like, yeah, stop talking about San Francisco, talk about Oakland. Stop talking about San Jose, talk about Oakland.
What are some of your favorite things about Oakland, whether it's the culture, the food, the people, or something else?
I think it, one, the diversity. People think of Oakland as being all Black, but it's not. It's a lot of us versus a lot of other places in the Bay Area. But you will notice that we do more or less stick together better, especially when you go outside of California or outside of Oakland. You see that camaraderie is not there for a lot of neighborhoods in other areas. And just the fact that as I lived other places, just appreciating that diversity. It's kind of hard to pinpoint. grew up in it, like certain things you took for granted, or you just was like, that's how it is. Like you didn't know the how. Yeah.
If you could describe Oakland in 3 words, what would they be? People have their take on what Oakland is, but until you've lived it, moved away from it, come back, and then you look from afar, you're like, wow, the culture of Oakland is so diverse. I mean, we've always had diverse relationships within our family. So we don't know, like we come other places and their friends are only this or that. And we're like, real? You net. So I know Oakland is a lot of things, but if you could think of 3 things and you were like, okay, let's see where we can go. I know resilient is one thing that we can always say about Oakland, the toughness. And to me, the different vibes from the different neighborhoods. Like you can get whatever you want, you could find. Like if you on rural, everybody know their neighbors type thing, you could find that. If you in we all keep to ourselves, but we see something, we'll let you know. But we pretty much, you do your thing, I do my thing. I ain't bothering you, you're not bothering me. Hey. Or you could, like you said, you could find something to where it's very like active and very like, hey, this is a neighborhood that has a lot of shops and a lot of business because there's some neighborhoods are like that. And then there's some neighborhoods that are very residential and, very quiet, or you can go to the hood and you can find the hood because there's always certain things that you can find in the hood. Yeah, definitely Brazilian, very tough, loving, which people realize we love hard. You love planet. We love hard. We F with you. That's one thing with people that I meet outside when I'm like out here in Atlanta. Yeah. They'd be like, I didn't know you were late. I'm like, yeah, like, who we rolling up on? If I got your back, I got your back. And you will know. But if I don't mess with you, you will know that. So being here and actually forming a sisterhood of young ladies that are my age and we're cool, they always know if it's going down, Angie with the whole smoke about it. Okay, if we need to go pick up a kid from college, let's roll. If we need to go find out about somebody, mama, daddy, it's on. I mean, that's where we come from. That's one of the things I feel like being proud of from Oakland is we are a people who, if we got you, we got you. And the only way we not gonna have you, and we'll do it kind of subtly. We'll just like stop messing with you. This is why we are both shy away and be just like, I don't mess with you. We no longer mess with you, and you know why. But if you need an explanation, here we go. Yeah. Right. We try to be nice, but then if you like, okay, I'm not getting it, then we're just gonna have to throw it in your face. Okay, rolling forward as we are working on this, what are your hopes for the future of Oakland and how our podcast can play a role in it? I think the main thing, and I think like just being proud of Oakland, being proud of like the government, the infrastructure, the businesses, the growth for people and the prosperity of the residents. That's something, we've seen it deteriorate and it's bad, and things that have cooled out and things that they just couldn't get it together. And you'd be like, what is going on? Like, was it like that when we were kids? Was it like that when we were teens? How do you think it was like that? So just seeing that, and, like me and you talked about my whole fondness of downtown Oakland and what I remember as a child, and then seeing it now, and you're just like, oh my god, like people can't even go to work. Like there's nothing there really like that. There's no businesses, and not even realizing about grocery stores, like how common that is for me to go to several stores, but then for people in Oakland not to have that. You don't or vehicle or which I remember they have public transportation, but still, but it's still like here to get. Yeah, I just was having this conversation where I was saying here where I live physically, within a mile, there's grocery stores in every direction, and it may be more than one. It's crazy. But in Oakland, I know when we go with my mom, a lot of times we go to San Leandro, we go to Alameda. If we go in Oakland, we go up the hill, it's Safeway. I mean, just or about.
Yeah, and when you're counting the people who are still there or the people who don't, like you said, bring your business to a certain area and come together and making sure, like, if you have a grocery store, make sure you keep it right. Like, hey, we need this grocery store. We need good quality food in a good price. And so we're going to take care. We're not going to rob it. We're not going to rob the people outside. So if more people just think about that, like, what do we need in the city? Make it viable for people to live. You really care, because I think a lot of people probably get to the point where they feel like, oh, nothing's going to change, or there's nothing I can do. Hopefully we meet people that we put on the podcast that are trying to make a change and make difference and get their causes out there.
Yeah, open people's eyes in Oakland.
So, and we know a good amount of people that are doing good things.
I mean,
Thing. Just the people that we know alone is a village of people that, you know, some of them you'd be like, oh, I didn't even know you were doing this, or people just, or average person won't know that that's what they also are doing. Just like you said, your mom with the lend a hand, like I was like, oh dang, she's still doing it. So, you know, just be putting certain things out there that there are people trying to live a certain way or bring about a certain type of community to Oakland. Unfortunately, things get overshadowed by the people who are not. Whatever, just circumstances. And I feel like people try to Oakland as a way to come up. Like, I think it's like, I'm not going to even say necessarily scam artists, but I just feel like some people try to take advantage of the people that are in Oakland to try to make a quick buck instead of really trying to do something that is.
And invest in the city, invest in the people, invest in the culture. You can't come somewhere and you move there because you like the vibe or you like the culture, and then all of a sudden you want to change it. That's not why you moved there. If you don't like how it is now, then you need to grow. But don't come to a city that is so rich in culture. Young people grow up with somebody having their back, even though maybe Miss Brooks gonna tell on me, but she got my back. So we grew up with a community of people who had our back, who embraced our families. Even if we were playing in San Francisco, all of Oakland, whether or not you went to any school, was going to have your back, because we wasn't going to let San Francisco come at us like that. So one thing. But as we start growing this family or this podcast, and we have people on and we get people that we can really trust to share what's really going on and open the eyes of people, I think we'll start making a change. We'll see a change. I feel like I'm making the change where when I go home, I want to go and venture and go look and see, and post up and see what's going on.
Right. And then when you come across somewhere that's cool, you like, hey, I'm going to tell everybody about this place. And that's it. Right. Networking, you know, people, right. In Oakland, that once you find a certain clique of people, demographics of us, we are all about, hey, I might not have it, but I know somebody who I can put you on, or hey, I might not be able to do it now, but hey, a year from now. So we kind of like try to stick together and try to network with each other and word of mouth each other so that everyone can succeed.
Right. So,
definitely.
Well, that's a wrap for today's episode of It's the Oakland and Me podcast. Thanks for tuning in, celebrating the strength and diversity in the heart of Oakland with us. Stay connected, stay informed. Never forget, Oakland is in all of us.